Before we get started, Buckeye Nation, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Ohio State football news, predictions, and breakdowns. We cover everything from recruiting to game previews to season-long projections, and 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most important years of the Ryan Day era. Alright, let's get into it. Ohio State football 2026 schedule prediction, win total, toughest games and playoff chances. The Big Ten has officially dropped the full 2026 football schedule, and now that we know the order of games, one thing is crystal clear. Ohio State is walking into one of the toughest schedules they've had in years. After the frustrating end to the 2025 season, capped off by that Cotton Bowl loss, the Buckeyes are coming into 2026 with something to prove. They attacked the transfer portal aggressively, reloaded key positions, and are clearly all in on getting back to the college football playoff and making a real run this time. But the road, it's not easy, not even close. So today, we're breaking down every major stretch of the 2026 schedule, predicting wins and losses, and answering the big question. How many games will Ohio State win, and will it be enough to reach the playoff? Week 1. Ball State home win. The season starts exactly how you want it to start, at home, against a clear overmatched opponent. Ball State simply doesn't have the depth or talent to keep up with Ohio State for 4 quarters. This is a tune-up game, plain and simple. Expect Ryan Day to rotate quarterbacks, get young receivers reps, and let the defense fly around. Prediction: Ohio State wins comfortably. Record: 1-0. Week 2. At Texas, first major test. Now the season gets real. The Buckeyes head to Austin to face a Texas team that nearly beat them last year in Columbus. That game came down to the wire, and this time, Ohio State doesn't get home field advantage. Texas is fast, Texas is physical, and Texas knows how to pressure quarterbacks. This game will likely come down to execution in the red zone and who wins the turnover battle. Early season road games against elite teams are never easy, and this is one of the toughest non-conference games in the entire country. This feels like the most likely loss on the schedule. Record: 1-1. Week 3. Kent State home win. Week 4. Illinois home win. After Texas, the Buckeyes get a perfect reset. Kent State and Illinois simply aren't built to challenge Ohio State's depth or speed. These 2 weeks are about regaining confidence, fine-tuning the offense, and getting momentum back before Big Ten play fully ramps up. Expect big numbers from the skill players and defensive dominance. 2 wins, no drama. Record: 3-1. Early October. At Iowa, trap game alert. If you've watched college football for more than 5 minutes, you know this rule. Never trust a trip to Iowa. Kinnick Stadium at night has ended plenty of title dreams, but even daytime games there are uncomfortable. Iowa's offense is still limited, but their defense and special teams can turn any game into a grind. This one won't be pretty, but Ohio State should have enough firepower to pull away late. Prediction: ugly win. Record: 4-1. Week 6. Maryland home win. Maryland simply doesn't have the line play to survive against Ohio State. The Buckeyes dominate the trenches, win time of possession, and keep rolling. Easy win. Record: 5-1. October 17th. At Indiana, coin flip game. Here's the wild card. Indiana is the defending national champion, which still feels strange to say, but they lose a ton of offensive talent heading into 2026. Still, they'll be playing with confidence, at home, in front of a crowd that believes. This is one of those games where momentum, turnovers, and coaching adjustments decide everything. If Ohio State plays clean, they win. If they make mistakes, this becomes a nightmare. I'm calling it a toss-up. Most likely, Ohio State wins, but barely. Record: 6-1. Bye week, perfect timing. The bye week comes at the perfect moment, because what follows is one of the hardest stretches of the season. This rest week will be crucial for healing, scouting, and preparing for the West Coast trip. At USC, Big Ten after dark. Yes, it still feels weird saying USC is a conference game, but here we are. Traveling across the country is never easy, but the bye week gives Ohio State the advantage. USC's defense still struggles with physical teams, and that plays directly into Ohio State's strengths. If the Buckeyes control the line of scrimmage, they control the game. Prediction: Ohio State wins in a high-scoring game. Record: 7-1. Oregon home statement opportunity. This is the game that could define the season. Oregon is a legitimate playoff contender, loaded with speed and confidence. But they're coming into Ohio Stadium, and that matters. The Shoe is one of the toughest places to play in the country, especially for West Coast teams. If Ohio State wins this one, the national perception changes instantly. Prediction: big home win. Record: 8-1. Northwestern and Nebraska, business as usual. These are games Ohio State should win, and needs to win. No slip-ups, no drama. Just handle business. 2 wins. Record: 10-1. The game: Michigan, home. Everything leads here. Ryan Day finally got the monkey off his back, and now he gets Michigan at home. That's huge. The talent gap is widening again, and Ohio State's roster is deeper, faster, and more experienced. Michigan will fight, but the Buckeyes should control this game from start to finish. Prediction: Ohio State wins the game. Final record: 11-1. Final prediction: 11-1. Worst case: 10-2. Let's be realistic. College football is chaotic. Even elite teams stumble, but even in the worst-case scenario, where Ohio State drops a second game at Indiana, they still finish 10-2 with multiple quality wins. That should be more than enough to land a spot in the college football playoff, and this time, they might finally be built for a deep run. Final thoughts: the 2026 season is a crossroads moment for Ohio State football. They have a reloaded roster, transfer portal reinforcements, experience at key positions, and a coach who knows the pressure is real. This team has no excuses left. Now it's time to prove it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit subscribe, drop your prediction in the comments, and tell me your final record for Ohio State in 2026. We'll be covering this season from kickoff to playoff, and you won't want to miss it.